Dallas and Miami both riding three-game winning streaks into Thanksgiving football at Jerry's World. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kerwin. Glad to be with you here, CBSSports.com. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you get ready to enjoy some football, whether it's in Detroit, in Dallas, or in Baltimore on Thursday night. Pat, let's talk about Miami and Dallas. And, you know, it's a game that looks a lot more interesting than it would have 3 weeks ago when we were talking about an 0-7 Dolphins team and a Cowboys team that was struggling. And to me, it all starts with Tony Romo, who during the three-game winning streak, he's playing at such an elite level.
It starts with both quarterbacks because Matt Moore is doing the same thing for the Miami Dolphins. So what are we getting from Tony Romo right now? We're getting a guy that doesn't make any mistakes. In this three-game winning streak, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles. And if he just keeps doing that, they're going to work their way right into the playoffs. And the guy down South Florida, pretty much the same guy.
Yeah, and we'll get to Matt Moore in just a sec here as they've gone on their three-game winning streak. But, you know, the thing that has seemed to make the difference for the Cowboys has been the emergence of DeMarco Murray. But Washington did a pretty good job. They held DeMarco Murray, who was at over 6 yards a carry heading in, to less than 3 yards a carry. What changed in that game, and can Miami's defense, which has been doing a really good job against the run as well, stop him too?
This was music to Miami's ears because Miami in this three-game winning streak haven't given up a rushing touchdown. They've kept everyone at 3 yards a carry. They're playing the kind of defense when they see what happened to DeMarco Murray, who, by the way, has 462 yards of offense in the last 4 weeks. But here's what he isn't. He isn't a guy who scores touchdowns. He has 1 touchdown this year, so his production and yardage is there. I think they can curtail him. Miami right now, the way they're playing defense, it's going to be tough sledding for DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, 1 touchdown on the ground, 1 on a screen pass, the other one. Pat, how about Matt Moore? You brought him up. What's different about him the last 3 weeks?
Pretty simple. 7 touchdown passes in the 3 wins, 1 touchdown passes in his 3 losses as a starter. He's delivering the ball down the field. 2 guys have come alive for him. Sporadically, Brandon Marshall. Not a big week last week, obviously, but over the wins, pretty impressive guy right now. And, of course, Reggie Bush. They have figured out how to get Reggie the ball 52 times in the last 3 games, and he's got a lot of yards, and he scores some rushing touchdowns.
And, you know, the other thing, too, about this Dolphins team right now, look, it's a big stage. Everyone's been kind of poo-pooing on Miami for so long. They've won 3 in a row, and it's quiet. No one. This is a team that's been fired up, and it was a team that was playing hard for Tony Sparano, even when they were 0-7, and they're going to love being on the national stage and try and knock off the Cowboys. So it would be an upset. How do they get it?
Well, as I've said, and I've said this for about 3 weeks, they're my spoiler pick in the AFC. They're going to spend the rest of the year. This is another Super Bowl type atmosphere for them. They don't think they're going, well, some of the players actually think they're going to the playoffs still. How do they get it? They force those mistakes that Tony Romo on the famous Romo coaster likes to make. Right now he's riding pretty high. He has dipped low before. How do you do it? You might have to take Laurent Robinson away from him. That's become a go-to guy for him. Double Witten in the red zone, but in the open field, create the illusion we're singling Robinson, which he has gone automatically to. I'd go away from him right there and maybe go roll coverage there once in a while.
You taking Miami for the upset?
I am not taking Miami for the upset. I'll take Dallas at home, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, and I think it's going to be very close. I think Dallas has to come from behind to win it.
Thanksgiving football in Dallas on CBS. 4 Eastern. Happy Thanksgiving for Pat Kerwin. I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.
Week 12, and it's time to sit back, relax, and watch some football. This is Pete's Picks on Thanksgiving Day. I'm Lauren Shahadi, Pete Frisco, your NFL column. Dolphins plus 8.5 at Dallas. This game looks a whole lot tougher than it did, say, just a month ago, but Tony Romo in November is money. We all know that.
Yeah, I think Dallas will win the game. I just think Miami's been feisty the last, month and a half. And even when they went to New York against the Giants before they started their streak, they were feisty. They would compete in that game and could have won it. I think they'll be tough here. The defense is playing better. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think Dallas will win it, but I think Miami covers.
I'll be watching on Thanksgiving Day. For other Pete's Picks, stay at CBSSports.com. See you next time.